Hey guys, I have been fighting with my computer all day long, um, and it's really cold in my house right now. I keep it cold so my girls can sleep. So now I probably look like you watching this video, curled up with a blanket. All right, so we finished this video. We finished this problem about multiplicity and zeros, and now I want to talk about another problem with multiplicity and zeros. And so this guy um, looks like uh, he looks hard. And so we can, um, if we wanted to, we could like do the P over the Q and then find them that way. Or we could, they all have we could factor out a 4, and they all have an x cubed we can take out. So if we do that, and what we have left with is 4 divided by 4 is 1, and then 5 minus 3 is 2, plus 9. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 4 minus 3 is 1, plus 1. And so then we factor this guy. And so we ask ourselves what multiplies to give us 1, adds to give us 2. And so the things that multiply to give us 1 are 1 and add to give us 2. And so this guy factors to x plus 1, x plus 1. And so since it's the same thing, we can just write x plus 1 squared, and we can bring him down. So 4x cubed times x plus 1 squared. When you multiply all that out, you get 4x cubed. You get 4x to the fifth plus 8x to the fourth plus 4x squared cubed. All right, but it said find all the zeros in the multiplicity. So 4x cubed equals 0. And so divide by 4, so you get x cubed equals 0. Take the cubed root, you get x equals 0. All right, and here the multiplicity is odd because of this 3. When it's odd, it crosses the x-axis, or that way, and then we have x plus 1 equals 0. We're going to subtract 1 on both sides, negative 1. This multiplicity is even, and it's going to touch and turn around. So let me type this in. I'm going to type this guy in, or if you wanted to, you could type that guy in. 4x up 5, bring it down. Bring it down. It's 4x cubed. Alright, and so I typed it into y equals. There it is. Let me zoom in a little. There we go. And so you see at negative 1 it touches and turns around, and at 0 it crosses. And so that's what we learned, right? Right, and so if you like steps, there's some steps. Rational zero. Okay, so what I'm going to teach you now is to use everything, the rational zero theorem, or also called rational, the root theorem, the factor theorem. I'm going to teach you, we're going to put that all together with synthetic division. And we're going to find all of the zeros and then learn, look at its multiplicity, and then be able to graph it. All right, so we have this guy, and we're super lucky because they tell us 2 zeros. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that number 2, and I have 1, 3, negative 11, negative multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. And so now instead of having x to the fourth, this is x cubed plus 5x squared minus x minus 5. And so I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to do with the negative 5. All right, so these are my factors. I'm going to make a list of my zeros. All right, so my 0, so it was 2, so then my factor would be x minus 2. 0 would be negative 5, so my factor would be plus 5. All right, so then I'm going to do the negative 5, and I'm going to use the guy I just got. So 1, 5, negative 1, and negative 5. And remember, I'm just taking the coefficients. So 1, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. And so this was a cubed, so this is a squared. And then I'm not going to write 0x. It's nothing. And then I have minus 1. So now I have this guy. And so I need to solve him. You can either solve him, or if you know how to factor x squared minus 1, if you've had me before, then you should. X plus 1, x minus 1. Or you can solve this. So we would add 1 to both sides. And then you would take the square root. And so you get x equals, and when you take the square root, you put plus minus, and then square root of 1 is 1. So you get 1 and you get negative 1. So that means the factors are x minus 1, x plus 1. All right, so we identified all the zeros that are right here. And I'm just reminding you how the factors and the zeros relate to each other. Okay, so here, I wanted to do a problem. So this one, we're going to find all the solutions, and it's kind of multiple choice. And so since it's multiple choice, that was in case I fell asleep for a nap. I needed to wake up. Y'all, the struggle is real, okay? I love to take a nap. And it's late, so I didn't want to fall asleep. And if I fell asleep, I needed to wake up for you guys. All right, anyway. So here, I'm going to go backwards up simply because those are easier numbers to deal with than 6 plus 2 squared is 7, 6 minus 2 squared is 7. And we learned that if you just substitute the number, if you plug it in and you get 0, then it's a solution, it's an x-intercept. So I'm going to go 4 parentheses, negative 5 fourths, up 4, minus 31, negative 5 fourths, up 3, plus 35, negative 5 fourths, squared, plus 76, negative 5 fourths, minus 30. Like I literally, just everywhere there's an x, I just type that negative 5 fourths. So this one is a solution. I'm going to get 4 because the degree is 4. Okay, so now I'm going to try negative 3. Do it with me. I really hope y'all are doing this with me and not just listen to me yammer. Alright, when I type in negative 3, I get 1218. This guy's not a solution. Now I'm going to do 5 fourths. When I type in 5 fourths, get that guy. So 5 fourths doesn't work. I'm going to type in positive 3. Okay, so I typed in positive 3, and I get 0. So those are 2 of our answers, and then we have these guys. So 6 plus 2 squared root of 7 is some decimal. 6 minus 2 squared root of 7 is also some decimal. 3 plus square root of 7 is some decimal, and 3 minus square root of 7 is some decimal. Right? But those are the exact numbers without rounding. So I'm going to type in 4 parentheses, 3 plus square root 7 up 4, like literally typing it in just like that. Minus 31 parentheses, 3 plus square root 7 up 3 plus 35, 3 square root 7 squared plus 76, 3 plus square root 7 minus 30. Okay, so I typed it all in, and I get that. So negative 9 e to the 11 okay, is the same as negative 9 times 10 to the negative 11th, which if you write it out is super close to 0. So to ensure that this is really the answer and it's not 6 plus 2 squared root of 7, I'm going to type in the 6th one and see if I get 0. If I get 0, then we need to look a little more carefully. Nose is super itchy. So I literally, just like that, and I got some crazy number. All right, since I got some crazy number, that's not it, and those are my answers. And so this is 2 numbers, that's 1 number, and that's 1 number, so that's 4 answers. So those are my solutions. All right, so I'm gonna stop this video, and we're gonna pick up where we left, and in my next video, I'm gonna do the next problem.